Hi, all. Today we are excited to spotlight a dynamic and creative force at Conestoga College, Professor Jeff, whose passion for design and education has been inspiring students for over 6 years. Since September 2018, Jeff has been a professor at Conestoga College, where he teaches graphic design for marketers to first-year marketing students in the School of Business, and graphic design and branding to second and third year students in the School of Creative Industries. Beyond the classroom, Jeff also contributed to the Conestoga Entrepreneurship Collective as a gig coach in 2020. As part of Canada's first business incubator for freelancers, he mentored aspiring entrepreneurs, helping them gain the skills, tools, and mindset to succeed in the gig economy. Jeff is also the president of Max Creative Services, where he delivers production and marketing services from print media and trade shows to digital campaigns and branding strategy, serving clients across the greater Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo area. Join us as we explore Professor Jeff's journey, his approach to teaching creativity in digital world, and the impact he continues to make across classrooms and industries. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for giving me this opportunity to take an interview. So let's start.
Okay, fire away.
Can you tell us a bit about your journey into the world of design and education?
Well, it's a long journey. When I was in high school, I was very interested in art and always was very creative and did a lot of drawing. When I was, obviously in high school, I was living at my parents' place, and I ended up painting all the walls in my bedroom and painting murals on them. And then did a lot of creative drawing, and I just really enjoyed it and had a passion for it. And then as I got older, trying to, my last year of high school, I had to try and figure out what I wanted to do. And I kind of went, okay, well, marketing and graphic design is kind of where I can use my passion and hopefully build a career from it. And then as I like to so proudly tell my students, I went to Conestoga College and took the graphic design and marketing program, it was actually called, at that time, I think it was called graphic design and graphic technician, because they taught us the technical side of things. And I went to Conestoga, and then from there, I went to Toronto, worked for a company for 12 years, and we became one of the biggest kind of marketing companies in Toronto. We did Chrysler Canada, we did Coca-Cola, we did magazines. It was very exciting. And then I always wanted to start a business, and I went back to school, night school at Conestoga, and I took the night school version of the 3-year marketing program and made a business plan. And then when my 12 years were over in Toronto, I basically started my business and started Jazz Visual Solutions, which was my first business for 16 years, and hired a lot of Conestoga students, and became kind of a big part of the community, and learned a lot about business, learned a lot about myself. And then after that, I sold the business in 2016, mainly because of it wasn't fun anymore. A lot of employees, the government became like there's just so many technicalities all the time that it was just taking away from the things I really enjoyed doing. And I sold my business, and I did some contract work. And then in 2018, I met Michelle Grimes, who is an amazing lady, and she hired me to become a college professor and teach my craft. And very terrifying for me because I've never taught before. And standing in front of an audience and hoping to captivate them, it was very I love it, but at first I was scared, to be honest. And here I am today.
Thank you for that. What inspired you to become a professor at Conestoga College?
It was where I went to school. And,
Oh,
and it's practical. It's you know, it's hands-on, and it's what I believe in. There are, and when I'm saying this, all the educational, like all the institutions, the universities, the colleges, I all think they're doing a lot of good for community and for young people to get out there. What I like about Conestoga is we're teaching hands-on real industries, and I just love the college, and I think Mr. Tibbetts has done a great job of running the college for quite a few years now. So yeah, it's just, I believe in it.
how was your background in the creative industry influenced your teaching style?
Well, so my background in the creative industry was, I think what is most important is when you work in marketing, and being that I teach you, that I preach this all the time. It's all about communication, and it's all about how do we talk to each other in simple forms. And I learned that through years of being in the creative industry, that when I was younger, and I mean, I'm still learning my craft. I'm going to keep learning until I die, because that's what life should be. But you begin to see that simple messaging and keeping it clean and clear and to the point is very, very important. And I try and do that in my classes, and I try and do that with my students in terms of how they brand themselves, because they have to get out there and get a job. So I think that's one big takeaway I had from my experience in the creative industry. And it's fun.
Nice. Thank you so much, Professor Jeff, for sharing your time, experience, and insights with us today. Your passion and design, education, and innovation is truly inspiring. We are grateful for the impact you continue to make, both in the classroom and in the creative industry. And to our viewers, thank you for joining us. Stay curious and stay creative. Thank you.
Thank you, Reba. Thank you for the kind words. I really appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.
Same to you, Professor.
Okay, take care.